So it looks like Rangers might be finally getting rid of another piece of deadwood. That deadwood being Glen Kamara. Look, as much as Glen Kamara served us, played really well, looked like he played for the badge, played for the jersey, and was quality at times, he seems to have just thrown the towel in and been pretty non-existent for the last while. For me, I'm actually really glad to see him go. And it's extraordinary that we've managed to make this a £5.5 million deal. To buy in a player at 50 grand and sell him on at 5.5 million is a great bit of business, particularly when that player has not kicked a ball in the last 18 months. I'll be glad to see him move on, and I'm happy that hopefully this deal is the right deal for him. Having left Rangers, he's left with a little bit of a sour taste, because I understand that there's times where you may not be getting game time and you may be unhappy at the club, but I do believe it's your profession, and when you step onto that park for a massive club such as Rangers, then it is your duty, it's your job to perform, and unfortunately he's been ill-equipped for that job. He has been replaced though with what I believe is much better quality and energy in Raskin, Cantwell, Cifuentes. So all in all, it's a good bit of business, and I'm happy to see that this is coming to a conclusion. Now on to tonight's game against PSV. This game is massive. It's the most important game of the season so far. Ibrox is going to be rocking, and I think the game is really going to be dictated by how the first 15 minutes go. Rangers really need to hit the ground running in this game, because I believe PSV are going to come out, they're going to go at us, they know we're a bit fragile, they know we're a new side, they know we've not quite gelled yet, they know we're not firing on all cylinders, so I think they're going to come, try and expose our weaknesses, which will inevitably be our right back and left back areas, and I hope that we can meet that challenge head on and really take the tie to them from the first whistle, and none of this wait 45 minutes before we kick our arse into gear. I think a key battleground in this game will be the midfield. The likes of Cifuentes, Raskin, Cantwell, they need to bring the energy, they need to bring the fight. That's going to be a key area if we're going to dominate this game. Up front, we cannot afford to be wasteful. We will get chances, we know that. I can envision the game being open and end to end, but will we do what we've not done in previous games and for a while, and be clinical in front of goal? For me, I think Dessers has still got a lot to prove. I think he's got the capability of being a good goal scorer. He seems to be able to get himself in the right position, and I think he's got a good eye for the game, but does he have that clinical aspect, and will he get his goal tonight? Danilo, on the other hand, I think he has the ability to... He's that expensive signing, he's the flair player that we've been looking for. He's the sort of player that I can imagine taking the game by the scruff of the neck and really changing it by himself. But again, it's going to be important whether we can take our chances, whether that be half chances or open goals like we've missed in previous ties. There's simply areas in the park, such as Tavernier's position and Barisic's position, where we simply cannot afford to be left lacking tonight. PSV will look to exploit us in these areas, especially on the counter-attack. I think that's when Rangers are going forward. We need to make sure that our passing accuracy is up there and we're willing to fight for second balls so as not to be exploited by these quick counter-offensive attacks by PSV. If it so happens that they do penetrate our defensive line, then we need to call upon Jack Butland, and hopefully he's there to make big shot-stopping saves when he's needed. All in all, I'm both nervous and excited for the game. I know what we can do in front of that Ibrox crowd. I know the atmosphere's going to be rocking, but now Beale will have done his part, fans will do their part, and then it's going to be up to the players to see whether they can or cannot deliver. This is our first major test. It's a big one. It's important. We play the first tie at home, so we need to set ourselves up in the position where we can go over to PSV and really have the ball in our court, have them chasing the game so that we can exploit them when they need to come at us in the second leg. So how do you think the tie will turn out? Let me know in the comments below. Do we have enough quality? Do we have enough clinical cutting edge up front? Is our defence strong enough to keep out that strong PSV attack? and those counter-attacks that we know we will be facing. What do you think the team will be? Do you think we stick with what we played against Servette, or do you think, again, Michael Beale will maybe make a change or two? And what about Matondo? Matondo's looked good against Livingston and against Morton, two much lesser sides than the side we're facing tonight, but is he going to be used as an impact sub, or does he deserve a start? So let us know your thoughts and opinions, and we'll see you for the post-match review, hopefully with a big smile on our face after having beat PSV 3-0. That's my prediction. Or is it?